table below shows the Mombasa to Voi bus fares in shillings. Jane traveled from Voi to Mombasa, making stopovers at Dara and Mariakani. This required her to board 3 different buses. How much money did she spend on bus fares from Voi to Mombasa? Solution. The fare from Voi to Dara is 8 shillings. Then the fare from Dara to Mariakani is 21 shillings. Remember, at Dara and Mariakani, this is where he end the stopovers. Then from Mariakani to Mombasa, the fare is 13 shillings. Therefore, we add 8 shillings, the fare from Voi to Dara. Then we add 21 shillings, the fare from Dara to Mariakani. Then we add 13 shillings, the fare from Mariakani to Mombasa. We get 42. So the fare which she paid is 42 shillings, which is choice D. So our correct choice is choice D. The table below shows railway stations from Nairobi to Mombasa and from Nairobi to Kisumu. It also shows fares paid by second class and third class passengers from Nairobi to each of the stations shown. Muna traveled from Voi to Limuru by second class and Mudhoni traveled by third class from Nakuru to Makadara. What was the total amount of money paid by the 2 passengers? So, we are told that Muna traveled from Voi to Limuru by second class. From Voi to Limuru by second class. From Voi to Limuru by second class. So, to get the fare which Muna paid, we add 97 plus 13. Then we are also told that Mudhoni traveled by third class from Nakuru to Makadara. From Nakuru to Makadara. So for us to get the fare from Nakuru to Makadara, we add 21 plus 4. Solution. Muna from Voi to Limuru, we add 97 plus 13. We get 110 shillings. Then Mudhoni traveled by third class from Nakuru to Makadara. From Nakuru to Makadara. Mudhoni (21 plus 4) 25. So to get the total amount of money, 110 plus 25. They paid 135 shillings. 135 shillings. So our correct answer is A, 135 shillings. The table below shows the distances in kilometers between some towns in Kenya. What is the distance between Naivasha and Kitale? Therefore, in our table, we have Naivasha and here we have Kitale. So, what is the distance between Naivasha and Kitale? Solution. Let us just have an arrow to show us the distance between Naivasha and Kitale. Therefore, the distance between Naivasha and Kitale is 295 kilometers, which is choice D. So the correct answer is D, 295 kilometers. The table below shows bus fare from Kisumu to Nairobi for an adult. 2 teachers and 40 pupils traveled from Nairobi to Kericho. The following day, they traveled from Kericho to Kisumu. The fare for a pupil is half of that for an adult. How much did they pay altogether for the whole journey? Therefore, the fare from Nairobi to Kericho, Nairobi to Kericho, is 250. The fare from Nairobi to Kericho is 250. And the question tells us the fare for a pupil is half that of an adult. So for us to get the fare for the pupil, we will get half of 250. Then we are also told that the following day they traveled from Kericho to Kisumu. The fare from Kericho to Kisumu is 70. And we are told that the fare for a pupil is half that of an adult. So for us to get the fare for the pupil, we'll get half of 70, which is by 2, 1 by 2, 35, which is 35. So we can proceed as follows. Now from there, solution. From Nairobi to Kericho, they paid 250. There were 2 teachers, so 250 times 2, it will give us 500. Then the pupils were 40. And since the fare for a pupil is half that of an adult, the fare for an adult here is 250. Half of 250 divided by 2 by 2, 1 by 2, 125 is 125. So 40 we multiply by 125. We get 5,000. So, for that day, they spent 500 plus 5,000. These give us 5,500 shillings. Then, we are told that the following day, they traveled from Kericho to Kisumu. From Kericho to Kisumu. Therefore, from Kericho to Kisumu. From Kericho to Kisumu, the fare is 70 shillings. We had 2 teachers, so 70 times 2, it will give us 140. Then the fare for a pupil is half that of an adult. So to get the fare for the pupil from Kericho to Kisumu, we divide 70 divided by 2. By 2, 1, by 2, 35. Therefore, we'll have 40, we multiply times 35. 40, which is the number of the pupils, we multiply times 35. We get 1,400. Then 140 plus 1,400, we get 1,540. Finally, we add 5,500 plus 1,540 to get the total fare which they paid. Therefore, we get 7,040 shillings. The correct choice is choice B. 7,040 shillings. The table below shows distances in kilometers between K, L, M and N. What is the distance from N to K via M? N to K via M or through M. So via in our case here we can term it as through. So what is the distance from N to K via or through M? Therefore, we proceed as follows. Solution. The distance from N to M. N to M is 82 kilometers. The distance from M to K is 123 kilometers. Then we add 82 plus 123. We get 205. Therefore, the distance from N to K via M is 205 kilometers, which is choice B. The table below shows matatu fares to different towns in shillings. A teacher and 2 pupils left town E for town L. They stopped at town G and then continued with the journey to town L in another matatu. If the fare for the children is half of the adults, how much did they pay altogether? Therefore, we are told that a teacher and 2 pupils, they left town E for L. Then we are also told that they stopped at G. So here they stopped at G. So they stopped here and then continued with the journey to town L in another matatu. Therefore, they stopped at G. Then they continued up to L with another matatu. So for us to get the fare which they paid altogether, we proceed as follows. Solution. From E to G, E to G, the fare is 40 shillings. Therefore, we have 40. Then we add only 1 at 1 teacher times 1, which is 40. Furthermore, we are told that the fare for an adult is half that of children. So the fare for the children or for the pupil is half of 40 by 2, 1 by 2, 20. So the pupils paid 20 shillings. So we have 2. There were 2 pupils times 20. So we have 40. So 40 plus 40 is 80. Therefore, from E to G, they paid 80 shillings. Then we find the fare now from G to L. From G to L, the fare is 120. And the fare for an adult is half that of the pupil. Therefore, we have G to L. G to L. We have 120 times 1, 120. Half of 120, half of 120 by 2, 1 by 2, 60. It is 60. So we have 2 times 60. We get 120. Therefore, how much did they pay all together? We add 80 plus 120 plus 120, we get 240. Therefore, we have 80 plus 240, we get 320 shillings. So they paid 320 shillings. Therefore, our correct choice is choice B, 320 shillings. The table below shows Sagana to Nanyuki train fares for adults. The fare for children is half that of adults. Taipei and his 2 children traveled from Nanyuki to Sagana. On their return journey, they first paid the fare to Karatina. They later paid the fare to Nanyuki. How much more money did they spend on travel for their return journey? How much more? Take note of this. Therefore, the fare from Nanyuki to Sagana is 70 shillings. And we are told that the fare for the children is half that of an adult. Therefore, for us to get the fare for the children, we get half of 70 by 2, 1 by 2, 35. So, from Nanyuki to Sagana, an adult paid 70 shillings, while a child paid 35 shillings. Solution. From Nanyuki to Sagana, the fare is 70. So Taipei there paid 70 shillings. Then is 2 children, they paid half of 70 is 35. So we take 2, we multiply times 35, we get 70. So from Nanyuki to Sagana, they both paid 70 plus 70, which is 140 shillings. Then on their return journey, they first paid the fare to Karatina. So the fare from Sagana to Karatina is 20. So Taipei paid 20, then plus is 2 children. Half of 20 by 2, 1 by 2, 10 is 10. So we have 2 times 10, which will give us 20. Then from Karatina to Nanyuki, the fare is 55. The fare is 55. From Karatina to Nanyuki, the fare is 55 shillings. Therefore, we have 1 times 55. The fare for the children is half that of an adult. Half times 55 by 2, 1 by 2, 27.5. This is the fare for the children. So we have 2 times 27.5, which give us 55. Therefore, for us to get how much did they pay all together, we add these 140 plus this 20 plus this 20 plus 55 plus 55. Therefore, 20 plus 20 plus 55 plus 55, this one will give us 150. $150 shillings. And the question, remember the questions asked us how much more money did they spend on travel for their return journey? How much more money? So we subtract 150, which they paid on their return journey. We subtract 140. We get 10. So D is our correct answer, which is 10 shillings. The table below shows the second class train fare from station M to P through station N. The pupils paid as children. 3 teachers accompanied 45 pupils in the train. The pupils paid fare only from station M to P. 2 of the teachers paid all-inclusive rate from station M to P. 1 teacher who alighted at station N paid for fare and bedding. How much money did they pay all together? Solution. So here we add 3 teachers. We add 45 pupils. Therefore, we can proceed as follows. The pupils, we are told that the pupils, they paid as children. The pupils paid as children. So here in our table, from M to P, the children paid 500. So the pupils paid 500 shillings. So we have 45, the number of the pupils, times 500. 45 times 500. We get 22,500. we have the teachers. We have the teachers. 2 teachers paid all-inclusive rate from M to P. From M to P, M to P, 2 teachers all-inclusive is 2,275. So they are 2. We multiply 2275 times 2. We get 4550. Then the question still tells us one teacher who alighted at station N paid for fare and bedding. Station N paid for fare and bedding, which is 970. So we have 1 times 1 teacher 970, we get 970 shillings. How much money did they pay all together? Therefore, to get the amount of money they paid all together, we add 22,500 plus 4550 plus 970. So 22,500 plus 4550 we get 27,050. Then we add 970. We get 28,020 shillings, which is choice B. 28,020 shillings. Choice B is our correct answer. The table below shows the fare in shillings for a matatu traveling from Nairobi to Nakuru. 14 passengers boarded the matatu at Nairobi. 7 of the passengers alighted at Gilgil while 5 others boarded at Gilgil for Nakuru. How much money altogether did the driver collect? So from Nairobi to Gilgil is 200. From Gilgil to Nakuru is 100. Then from Nairobi to Gilgil the fare is 250. Therefore we proceed as follows. Solution. From Nairobi to Gilgil the fare is 200. So we have 200 multiplied times 7. 1,400. These are the passengers who traveled from Nairobi and alighted at Gilgil. Then 5 who boarded at Gilgil and arrived at Nakuru, they paid 100. So we have 5 times 100. We get 500. Then the matatu, the passengers who had boarded, they were 14. So when these 7 alighted at Gilgil, the matatu now add these 7 passengers who traveled who travel from Nairobi to Nakuru, and the fare from Nairobi to Nakuru is 250. Therefore, we have 250. We multiply times 7. We get 1,750. So to get the total amount collected, we add 1,400, we add 1,750, and we add 500. We get 3650. Therefore, the correct choice is choice A, which is 3650 shillings. The table below shows the train fares for Nairobi to Mombasa route. First class, second class. Adults 45.50, second class 37.80. Children between 3 to 11 years. First class 3,150, second class 2,400. Children under 3 years, they traveled free, and in second class they also traveled free. The following passengers traveled in the train: 23 pupils of age 12 years and above, 12 pupils aged between 7 and 10 years, 2 children below 3 years, 3 parents, 5 teachers, 1 head teacher. The passengers occupied the following classes in the train: first class, head teacher, 1 parent; second class, 5 teachers, 2 parents, and all pupils and children. How much money did they pay for the journey to Mombasa? Solution: let us first look at the question and just analyze it. We have people who were in the train, or the passengers who were in that train. We have 23 pupils, 23 pupils of age 12 years. We also have 12 pupils aged between 7 to 10. Then we have 2 children. Then we have 3 parents. 3 parents. Then we have 5 teachers. Then we have 1 head teacher. Then after analyzing this question this way, let us go now to the table to know the amount of money which they paid for the journey. So we are told that the question tells us that the passengers occupied the following classes in the train: first class, head teacher, 1 parent. So let us look at what they paid if they were in the first class. So in the first class, they paid 4,550, and then there was the head teacher and then 1 parent. So these are 2 passengers. Therefore, we shall multiply 4,550, we multiply times 2. Therefore, we have we get 9,100. Then we proceed. We also have 23 pupils. 23 pupils of age 12 years and above. So these 23 pupils of age 12 years and above, they will lie here where we have handouts. And in the second class, they are in the second class. So we take 23 multiply by 3,780. This is the fare which they were supposed to pay in the second class. We get 86,940. Then we proceed. We also have 12 pupils of age 7 to 10 years, and these 12 pupils of age 7 to 10, they lie here. Children between 3 to 11 years, second class, they pay 2,400. So we have 12 multiply by 2,400. We get 28,800. Then now we also have these are 5 teachers. Then we have 2 parents. Remember here the first class there was 1 parent, so 3 we subtract 1, we remain with 2. So these 2 parents will add 5, now we get 7. Therefore we have 7 times 3780. We get 26,460. Therefore, now for us to get the total amount of money they paid for the whole journey, we shall add. Let us start with 86,940. Then we add 9,100. Here we shall have 0, here 4, here 0, $96.40. $96.40. We add 28,800. we get 12 here. 124,840. We add 26,460. We get 151,300 shillings. 151,300 shillings. Therefore, our correct choice is choice B, which is 151,300 shillings. The table below shows the distance in kilometers from Avendi's home to school, health center, and market. One day, Avendi left home for the market but passed through the health center. Later, Avendi left the market and went home directly. How many kilometers did Avendi travel that day? So we have here from home to the market. Then we are told that Avendi walked from home to the health center, then from health center to the market. Therefore, from home to health center, the distance is 4 kilometers. So the distance there is 4 kilometers. Therefore, solution: home to health center, the distance is 4 kilometers. Then, from health center to the market, the distance is 4 kilometers. Then, from the market to home, the distance is 7 kilometers. We are told that Avendi left the market and went home directly. Therefore, from the market to home is 7 kilometers, and then we add 4 plus 4 plus 7. This one will give us 8. 8 plus 7, it will give us 15 kilometers. So the correct choice is choice D, which is 15 kilometers. The table below shows fares to different towns in shillings. A man, his wife, and their 3 children left Jiwa for Kanga. They stopped at Tausi and then continued with the journey to Kanga in another bus. The buses used the same table and the fare for children is half that of adults. How much did they pay altogether? Solution: the fare from Jiwa to Kanga is 700. The fare from Jiwa to Tausi, this is where they stopped, is 250. Therefore, we have 250 multiply times 2. The fare for the man and the wife, 500. Then, the fare for the children is half that of handout. So, we have half of 250. By 2, 1. By 2, 125. Therefore, we have 125 multiply times 3. We get 375. Then, from Tausi to Kanga. From Tausi to Kanga, the fare is 500 shillings. Therefore, we have 500 times 2. We have 1000. Then we have a half of 500. By 2, 1. By 2, 250. Therefore, we have 250 multiply times 3. The number of their children. Their children are 3. So we have 750. So they paid 750 plus these 1000 plus 375 plus 500. So we can add 500 plus 375. We get 875. 875. We add 1000. We get 1875. Then 1875, we add 750. We get 2625. Therefore, our correct answer is choice B, which is 2625. The table below shows train fares from town N to town M. A certain school arranged for a trip by train from town N to town M. 28 pupils aged 12 years, 15 pupils ages between 7 and 10 years, 4 teachers and the head teacher. The passengers occupied the following classes in the train. First class, the head teacher and 1 teacher. Second class, 3 teachers and all the pupils. How much money did they pay for the trip all together? Solution. So, let us look at this table here. We have adults and children above 11 years. First class, they pay 3,000 shillings. Then second class, they pay 700 shillings. Children between 3 years and 11 years, they pay 1,800 shillings. And in second class, they pay 400 shillings. Children under 3 years, they don't pay. Therefore, we have in the first class, we have the head teacher and 1 teacher. And in the first class, they were supposed to pay 3,000. So we have 3,000 times 2. We get 6,000. Then the second class, we have, in the second class, we have 3 teachers and all the pupils. 3 teachers and all the pupils. So the 3 teachers in the second class, they paid 3 times 700. We get 2,100. Then all the pupils were in the second class, and we have 28 pupils who aged 12 years. And here in our table we have adults and children above 11 years. So these 28 pupils, they lie here. So we have 28 times 700. We get 19,600. Then we also have 15 pupils ages between 7 and 10 years. Pupils ages are between 7 and 10 years. So they lie here, and the children between 3 years and 11 years. Therefore, we have 15 multiply by 400. We get 6,000. Therefore, we add 6,000 plus 2,100 plus 19,600 plus 6,000. We add 2,100. Then we add 19,600. We get 27,700. We add 600. 6,000. We get 33,700. So our correct answer is choice A, which is 33,700 shillings. The distance in kilometer between town P, Q, R and S is shown below. What is the distance from town S to town P via R? What is the distance from town S to P via R or through R? Therefore, from town S to R is 90 kilometers. Then from R to P is 170 kilometers. Solution: S to R 90 kilometers. Then R to P 170 kilometers. R to P 170 kilometers. Therefore, the distance from S to P via R, we add 90 plus 170. So the distance is 260 kilometers, which is choice C.